informal discussion. And Madam also has told everybody is aware of sanitation and hygiene. It's not a new subject, and especially during the COVID times, all are bombarded with information. So I'll keep it light, and I'll try to share the perspective from the community aspect side, and share the experiences, one or two experiences we had, and then we can have a discussion. So, good afternoon, all. So, first of all, a broad perspective of health. Health is not only physical, it's mental, social, and they add even spiritual well being. And it's not the mere absence of disease, as told by WHO. And this makes a lot of sense. We think only hospitals will give you a better health. And the personal responsibility, many people just leave it off. Any patient who comes, they tell doctor, I'm weak or I got this illness, and you have to give the medicines. So pill for every problem and needle for every need. So that is the mentality. So we, in the community medicine department, uh, basically community medicine is not just the individual, addressing to the group of people. So schools, institutions, industries, like that, and we cater to individual needs also. And the stress is on preventing the illness and health promotion than to depend a lot on medications and things. So this is a holistic approach. I think this also will be relevant here, knowing the spectrum of health. It starts from being healthy, then a better health, then freedom from sickness, and early signs of some unrecognized illness leading on to symptoms. Then that becoming severe, causing morbidities, and at the last, terminally, the death. So, what we see in the hospitals is people with symptoms. They have some illness and then they come to the hospital. Then they are evaluated, given medications and procedures. So, naturally, the cost will be more. Uh, it will be a lot of discomfort for the patient and all. But when it's addressed to it early, then by behavior change and their nutrition, the sanitation, hygiene, all these, they will prevent that illness happening. Diseases due to inadequate sanitation, diarrheal diseases, cholera, typhoid, other viral infections, rotavirus, and other things, enteroviruses. You have typhoid, viral hepatitis, commonly jaundice, bit of hepatitis A, and like hookworm infestation, ascariasis, polio, all these due to lack of adequate sanitation can cause problems. Um, the importance of something is not appreciated unless you lose it. So I had a batchmate in PSG who had a polio attack. If you think it was unnecessary, needless, how much he felt, only we know. He's not able to, though he's from a very well-off family, he had to use calipers, not able to walk freely or to run or participate in daily activities. So just uh, immunization, due to lack of immunization or some contamination, it's led to polio. That's just one case. So how many are suffering due to that lack of sanitation and awareness, how they miss on it and develop illness. So that also should be thought-provoking for us to ensure that immunization, all that is taken care of. So in sanitation, we've got what is called the sanitary barrier, sanitation barrier. So open air defecation still rampant, though it is less than what it was earlier. It's still there, especially in the rural areas. Even in urban areas also, it's there. So how we can prevent it? Just by our efforts. If each one can sensitize people to be more cautious using a toilet. Public toilets are there everywhere, even in slum areas. Motivating them, providing the so many corporate social responsibility. The clubs do it, other companies do it, providing them the toilets and uh, provisions for hand washing and all that. So what we call the fluids, the water, the fingers, the soil, flies, if we can address to these, then we can prevent that from affecting the food and transmitting it to the new host. So sanitary barrier, though it sounds simple, it's very important. Hand washing, again here it comes. Earlier it was difficult for us to teach them hand washing. You have to take a little soap, rub it palm to palm, then at the back, then between the fingers, your thumbs, and then for the nails, then wash it. Now, due to Corona, like everybody is sensitized. Many we don't need to tell at all. They know the steps and they teach us better. Even students, school students also, they all are aware of the hand washing process now. So that not only we can prevent Corona, it will prevent so many other illnesses, right from the common cold to other diarrheal diseases, typhoid, viral hepatitis, so many. So I think it brings about a good outcome when we do that. So ensuring safe water supply, sanitary disposal, waste and refuse, the food hygiene. Hygiene is not only personal hygiene, even food hygiene. What we mean by food hygiene is before you prepare it, you wash your hands thoroughly. The platform should be clean. Wash the vegetables or fruits thoroughly, running water. In some cases, you have to peel so that the contamination goes. Because sometimes vegetables and fruits they grow even in contaminated soil. So that's also an issue. We have to be a little careful about that. And not keeping it open so that the flies and other things don't sit on it and cause the transmission of illness. All these are simple measures. At home, they know, at schools, they know, everybody knows, but many times they ignore it. If you see the roadside eateries, the water is not clean, they don't follow the hand wash, the nails are not cut. So they're all potential carriers of infection. So food hygiene also is something we should pay attention to. As I told earlier, the rats it can cause leptospirosis, a deadly disease. It can cause death also. So infected contamination with rat urine and other things can cause leptospirosis also. And the flies, cockroaches. Uh, we can also tell that dogs come there. So even rabies can spread because of not proper waste disposal. So there's a wide variety of illnesses, as I told you, from rabies, leptospirosis, to simple diarrheas, hepatitis, and other infections. And environmental health. See, there's housing standards are there. So each person has got to have a minimum number of square feet so that, like social distancing, they don't contaminate the air and the disease, even if one has, doesn't spread easily. Like tuberculosis and all. If you're overcrowded and you're too close, when somebody sneezes or coughs, then the illness can transmit to others. So that also is important. Simple things like architectural design of a house. 2/5 of the floor space should be with windows and doors so that there's good cross ventilation. So ventilation, aeration, good sunlight, exposure to UV rays that can prevent so many illnesses. The organisms are destroyed due to UV radiation. So good sunlight, all small measures, but very important. And sometimes we neglect that. And for water purification, just simple boiling also will do. Boil it to roll and maintain it for 2-3 minutes. Once the bubble comes, at least 3-4 minutes if you keep, most of the bacteria and virus, they die. That water is safe enough. And even storing water also, there's so many intricacies in that. Don't keep it open, cover it with the lid. Don't put your fingers into that vessel or tumbler when you hold it. Use a ladle to take out that water. So small measures, but then it ensures that there's no contamination. So when you talk about sanitation, and I think there are so many intricacies, small things, which will add to promote good health. And when you miss on it, you will be exposed to the disease. So it's not just what we tell. Even at the global level, the same thing holds good. So thinking globally and acting locally. So it's not in a small center, a doctor, a primary care physician tells something. So it's not as important as like what a tertiary care hospital says. Global level, from years ago, they've been insisting on sanitation and hygiene, all these. So right from 1978, where primary health care was promoted, health for all was announced. At that time, few countries were there. They all were signatories. They also had stressed a lot on providing clean water and sanitation to ensure health. And in the year 2000, we had the Millennium Development Goals. And there, around 180 countries met in the year 2000 at New York to talk about development and health. They also insisted on sanitation and clean drinking water. And now we have the Sustainable Development Goals. So in the year 2015, 190 countries or so met. They also discussed about it. And still it holds good. The emphasis is on sanitation and water, clean water. So this is the primary health care right back in 1978, Alma Ata Declaration. It's something, a movement where regarding public health started. It's very important for our community health people. So the first point is environmental sanitation, adequate supply of water and waste disposal. Then comes all the next communicable disease, control, immunization, health education. And if you see, only that last comes as treating with drugs. So more importance is paid to environmental sanitation. But nowadays, when anybody goes to a doctor, they think only of drugs, the procedures, the small things they ignore. So this is the Sustainable Development Goals. So that health for all, primary health care was in 78. So this is in 2015. There you see, these are the main goals. There are 17 goals. No poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean and water and sanitation. So 6 point directly uh, points to sanitation and water again. So over the decades, the emphasis is on this. And it's not just that goal alone, providing clean water and sanitation alone. It affects gender equality. I'll just tell you, explain this, how uh, it affects gender. Having clean water and sanitation facility, how is it going to help in gender equality? But then, when we visited a school, we had a program with the L&T, L&T Constructions, with them, along with PSG, at Malumichambati block. Some 13 schools we had covered, government school. So every 3 months, every 4 months, we used to go and do a health checkup, physical aspects, all assessment we used to do, and then sensitize them on healthy food habits, personal hygiene, teach them about all the good habits, including hand washing, using the toilet, and other things. And when we visited the next year, by then all the children were very happy and they knew everything. But the problem was they had limited facilities for hand wash. They all know about it. They once you go, you ask them, they'll tell the steps clearly. You have to rub like this, like this, clean the nails, then have to do that. But how many of them wash their hands before having food? 50% of them, they don't do that. So then we came to know that there are not enough taps, water facility for them to wash. So not adequate water and not adequate taps for so many of students to use it, though they know, aware of it, and they want to do it. So fortunately, L&T had as a CSR project. Within the next couple of months, they put a borewell. We saw the transformation. The school didn't have a compound wall. They didn't have a borewell. They had very few taps. A toilet, or there was only one complex for them. It was not adequate. In another next couple of months, they had provided a borewell for water, the taps, more number of taps so that everybody could wash. Even for garbage disposal also, they had provided bins. So we saw the transformation just happening tremendously. We were very happy about it. They planted trees in the campus. Students used to go during the lunch hours and water it, taking care of the environment. Nobody used to litter the campus. That was being composed. Composting was done for that. And coming to gender equality, they had one separate toilet for girls to ensure that they are safe, they have privacy. Earlier, we were told that some girls dropped out, though they were good academically also. The reason was they didn't have a facility for like a separate privacy toilet for changing the pads and other things. Small thing, but they get that will be a drawback for them. Though they are interested and they want to, due to other reasons, they don't come out of fear that they don't have privacy. So a bright girl, she might be outstanding if she had continued her studies. But then, just because of a small reason, lack of a toilet, dignity and thing is not there, because of a lack of a toilet, privacy, she'll have to miss on it. So where is an opportunity for her to find job placement, self-sustaining, earn for herself and everything. So that was something we were really happy about. A small measure bringing about a big change. So gender equality does affect due to sanitation and clean water. Education, if you have school dropouts, frequently falling ill, so he's not able to attend classes, that also will affect his education. I told you an example earlier. One child was brought to our hospital who was anemic. He was feeling very tired. He used to have headaches. And then when we examined, we saw he had a hemoglobin of 5 grams. Normally, he should have more than 12. He had only 5 grams. Other day, madam had taken a beautiful class on anemia prevention and tackling anemia. So that is an important thing. So once that was corrected, he was living up to his potential. So even it affects education also. So all that is interrelated. If a laborer is not able to go for work due to anemia, he feels tired all the time, he can't work, then where's his income? Then he'll have to tolerate with hunger only. That will affect his income and he'll be pushed into poverty. So all these goals, no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, all these are interrelated just by a small thing. So again, here's the ambitious goal of achieving universal access to safe water and sanitation. The goal number 6. We have various programs like WASH by UNICEF and Swachh Bharat by India, so many health programs, National Health Mission, all that. So globally, I told you about SDG and Millennium Development Goals and Health for All. Over the decades, globally, everybody knows the importance and they give priority to it. That continues even now. Things are improving now. The, this is a Swachh Bharat. If you see, in the past 5 years, 10 crores toilets were built, making open defecation free villages in 6 lakh villages. So this is something a very good move. So I am just sharing our L&T project. We had gone to Malamichampati block near Pollachi, on that road. So giving them health education in groups, along with L&T, where they provided the infrastructure and other things. I wanted to show that where they built that tap complex. They had a row of taps, beautifully designed, all 4 sides. They can wash, and the water doesn't stagnate. It goes to the plants where they are planted around. All the garbage bins placed so that they are inculcated of that good habits. Even the classroom infrastructure, it was equivalent to a private school. Earlier, it was due to lack of funds and other things, it was all a little dingy and the old desks and other things. But once they came in, they changed the classrooms also, right from the lighting to painting them, making it bright and beautiful. They kept some ornamental plants on the corridor. This was before that. And so there was a big transformation. The children, see, it affects mentally also. The first slide I told you, it's physical, mental, social, and spiritual well being, health. So this gives them the confidence. The students, when they see a clean campus, someone coming to take care of them, they are inculcated with all the best practices, the confidence that even we can come up in life and shine. That's something phenomenal change. That was really very satisfying for us to go to them and help them. So I thought I should share this with you all. 13,000 students we had screened in 2 years. 3 visits per year we used to go and evaluate. The outcome was good, and recently I had been there to one of the schools. The teachers there, they remembered, they welcomed us. We went out casually regarding some other work, and we saw the campus, the small saplings we had planted. Now it's all grown to some extent. So it's still being taken care of, nurturing well, and all growing well. So I think the right that guidance and bit of nurturing, it will bring about uh, successes and success stories in the future. So I am always reminded of the saying by Robin Sharma: ripples of excellence will lead to tsunami of success. So I think we had an opportunity to do some ripples of excellence, guiding them and helping them out. And we never know, in the future these students might excel extraordinarily and do well. The enthusiasm. So we just wanted to document. We talked about cutting nails. Earlier, they all had big nails, dirty underneath and thing. So the next week itself, when we went, we thought, okay, surprise. All those who have cut their nails, come show, let's see. Everyone was eager, and this is the photo we took. Some are blurred, but I think you'll know the enthusiasm. This will reflect the enthusiasm by the students. So we captured that moment. I thought I should share with you all. These are important. All students had cut their nail, their hygiene was good. That too with enthusiasm, their confidence. Okay, this one regarding waste disposal. This is at our center on the rooftop. We don't have much space, so we have kept poly sacks with a little soil there to grow plants. So we just wanted to do an experiment. So right from tomatoes, brinjals, lady's finger, papaya, each one has got a good source of vitamins, minerals, and things. So we had moringa, drumsticks, rich in iron, gooseberries for vitamin C, papaya for vitamin A. We thought we should. Our area, it's in Pyramid Pioneer Mill Road. It's surrounded by many slums are there, and low income group people also are there. So we thought we'll motivate them to start their own kitchen garden and take care of their nutrition. And waste disposal also. The one you see at that side here, this is the pot, earthen pot, where we can do composting. So we got some soil, put it in the sacks, and what waste we got from our surrounding area and what we brought, the vegetable waste, fruit peels, and all that, we made it into compost. Only that which was composted and that manure only we used for all these plants. This is just a part of it. So this was our harvest. We had organic tomatoes, brinjal, greens. We also had a nutrition contest where they have to bring all nutritious food. You find some items here, not the traditional ones. I mean, not that what you find recent items now. You know, all fast foods and other things. All these were highly nutrient and homemade preparations, and no fried items and all that. So just to motivate them, we had done that, and the response was good. So this is that pot you see where we do the composting, and the neighboring people, they had come and seen the place for demonstration purpose. This is our papaya and the pomegranate, vitamin A, iron rich, vitamin A, everything. Gooseberry, all that is there. This is the composting. In 4 weeks' time, it all that thing gets composed well. Another 2 weeks, it becomes real good manure. It's a very simple process also. You use the vegetable peels and the fruit peels, mix it with equal amount of dry leaves, and you stir it once in 2 days. Just have enough moisture, not add too much of water or make it soggy, or don't keep it too dry. That alone will do. The bacteria will act on it and compost it. So this is something that small measures will bring good results. So we had put some greens and all that space here, the demonstration for the neighboring people. This is our nutritious food competition who won the prize. So I just highlighted the importance of sanitation and personal hygiene and thinking globally and acting locally, and so that we have an overall picture of it. I'm not gone much into the academic parts of statistics and things, because all that is familiar with y'all, like what to do and how to go about it. So I thought I'll just give you a perspective of community medicine perspective, the importance of sanitation and hygiene for better health. And I'll end my presentation with this, and now we can have some question and answers and discussion on this. Thank you for your patient listening and your interest in that. Madam, hope.
Sir, thank you very much.
Okay.
So you have done a very good and wonderful presentation, sir. Now
Thank
I
you.
think we need to wait for the people to post the questions, sir. We are
Okay.
just
Okay.
waiting
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
it.
Okay, ma'am. We'll share. No problem.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
with the usage of neem leaves water
Okay, ma'am.
for bath as well as what to say, some gargling, somebody is telling like that.
Okay, ma'am.
So, what about, is it okay to use for gargling?
For neem leaf, ma'am, for gargling.
Yes,
Neem has got good medicinal properties, ma'am.
steaming,
So, okay. Either, ma'am?
steaming, steam.
Steaming.
Ah.
All forms, see, I've not come across any specific studies to validate that, ma'am. But overall, it's you can use. There's no harm, and it should have some beneficial effects.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one question here, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
It is said that hand sanitizers will not kill all the harmful microorganisms like hand wash, soap. Is it true?
Yes, limited contact is there, so it is efficient enough to kill most of the organisms.
Mm-hmm.
But hand washing, as the duration is more and it's more thorough, that should be having a little better effect.
Yeah, okay, sir. Maybe like how many seconds you advise, sir? The people say start to say 20 seconds or something. How many
Yes, ma'am.
seconds you advise?
Yeah, minimum 20 seconds. We have
Minimum
to
20 seconds.
yeah, yeah. A little more also does no harm.
Oh, okay, sir. So each,
Talking about, yeah, tell me.
sir, each, maybe in the video we are seeing that each action will be 20 seconds, like this, like this, like that, like that. So something and all the action is going on, right? So altogether it will come around like 1 to 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Like palm to palm at
Mm,
the back, at the
mm,
back.
mm.
I hope I'm visible, ma'am. Like,
I
and
think I can pin your video, sir. Just a minute, sir.
I'll just see this.
Sir, I can't see you.
Okay. I'll
Just a minute.
just check out. I'll just check out.
Okay, sir. I can pin you, sir, now.
Okay. This is hand palm to palm.
I can
ma'am.
see only your face, sir. You can
Okay.
raise a little bit. Palm, yeah, maybe like a little bit.
Down. Okay.
You can show your fingers a little bit down.
Here now, ma'am. I'll just see if.
Now I can't see you. Maybe the action, you can do the action, sir, so that we can see all of you.
Okay, it's palm to palm.
Mhm.
Rub like this, ma'am. I'll just see
Okay.
if I want.
We
That's it.
can't see, sir.
Here, ma'am. Now.
Okay, now open.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is palm to palm. This is back, both
Okay, sir.
like this, and then like this. Visible, ma'am? Like this.
Yeah, visible, sir.
Then your thumbs
Hmm.
like this, and then like circular movements like this, so that anything under the nails and the tip of your fingers, if anything is there, that also will get thick. And then wash and dry. So ensuring that the soap spreads all over and there's enough contact time for the organism to be washed off. This soap reduces the surface tension of the organism, so it will remove it. Like when you remove the grease, so it will reduce the surface tension. It will remove. That is the basic thing.
Okay.
So I
Sir,
thought
one more question.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
As it's being told everywhere in TV and radio, I thought I shouldn't again bug you with the same thing. That's why I
Okay,
just
sir.
avoided it. But these are the
Okay.
basic principles.
Okay, sir. Sir, in the quarantine, I find many starting practice gardening, including me.
Okay.
Preparation of composite also in our home is a good idea. Going out to buy composite can be avoided. Is it really required, sir, here?
Then, okay, coming to composting, there are organisms in the soil. So all we need is that vegetable waste and peels and eggshells and all that. You just put it there. And dry leaves, if whatever litter is there in your house. So equal amounts. Okay, one handful of wet waste, vegetable waste, and equal amount of dry waste. And you just stir it. There are bacteria and other organisms in the soil itself, so that will decompose it. We don't need to add extra. If you have little cow dung or something, you can add that. That will hasten the process. But even without that, what we did is we didn't add any other extra. Just fruit peels and thing. One little bit of soil initially, and then the dry leaves, and keep stirring it. If it's too dry, sprinkle water. If it's too soggy, add little dry waste, dry leaves, and it's excellent. There's no smell, there's no worms. We've been trying this for the past 3-4 years. It's nothing. And one handful of the compost gives so much of nutrient to the soil. We've grown sapota, papaya, lime, gooseberry, all that it grows very well. So I showed you the produce earlier, no? So what happens is, see, we are preventing the flies from acting on it and spreading diseases. As we strew garbage everywhere, that will cause a lot of health problems. Rats will come. I told you, rats can cause leptospirosis. Then dogs will come for that food leftover. That can, if they bite, they can cause rabies. So the benefits are like a lot. So you're preventing so much, and unsightly scene you're preventing. The unsightly smell is not there. And the soil, when you should sniff it and see that manvasana solvaangala, man. So it's so nice, and even the texture, it's so soft, hummus, so nice. And so just a small measure, it will have so many good things to promote health. Yeah. So you're preventing that waste going outside and attracting all insects and all these. when you're having organic, I forgot to touch on that thing. Chemicals being used now, we tell vegetables and fruits are good, but what harm it causes due to the herbicide, weedicide, that preservatives, what they use there, it's like too much. So if we can have organic produce, that will have a lot of good effects. Cancers also can spread.
Sir, again, a question on
Okay.
sanitation and hygiene.
Okay.
What are the points to be considered in maintaining hygiene and sanitation while going outside like the shopping malls? How should we prevent transmitted diseases?
As the government says, ma'am, that you maintain the distance, at least 3 feet distance, don't get too close,
Hmm.
wearing the masks, even a cloth mask. See, for doctors, they have the surgical mask or the N95 mask.
That's what they're.
Yeah.
One more question is on the
Ah,
mask, sir.
ah.
Which mask is better for daily use?
Daily use cloth mask also they recommend now. See, when the risk is
okay.
more, doctors they ask to use the surgical mask. And those who come in contact with the high risk patients, then they use N95 mask. So
okay,
for
sir.
people, they are at home. So or they are out with the common people. The risks are less and the load is not much. So, so the government itself recommends a cloth mask is good enough.
So that's what like I saw the advertisement actually.
Okay.
They say Ramraj Cotton Company has come out with a mask. So
They
so people are
promote,
behind that nowadays.
if it's trendy and thing, no harm in it. But they say,
Okay.
see, when you sneeze or when you cough or even when talking, there are some organisms, it goes to the atmosphere. So when you are in close contact, that aerosol thing, it can spread. So it's not only for corona, for any other virus also. You can prevent the spread. So that will be a physical barrier. So the person who sneezes or coughs or talks loudly and things, so it doesn't go out. And the other person wearing it, they also will be protected because even if that organisms, the droplet infection comes out, he'll have one mask so that he won't inhale that. So,
Okay, sir.
so it's very simple. The distance also. See, 3 feet distance, when you sneeze and thing also, it will fall within that. It's very unlikely it will go further. So this distance also, avoid overcrowded places, man. Too many people crowded, and this AC also is bad when many people are there. So government itself is told not to use ACs. The dilution factor is there. So these simple measures, then using hand rubs, washing frequently. If at all you come in contact, so don't touch anything as far as possible. Don't touch anything. Surfaces also can be contaminated. So if you are little conscious, mindfully if you live, then many of the illnesses you can prevent. Not only corona, even other illnesses also.
Can you please suggest some home remedies to improve the oral hygiene? Oral hygiene.
Yes. The brushing is good enough, and the least thing what you can do is after taking anything, just rinse your mouth with water and drink it or spit it. So that will dilute. See, organisms, what we call commensals, are there everywhere. In our skin, in our oral mucosa, in our intestines. Whether you believe it or not, madam, there are.
Yes, sir.
They say 1.3 times our body weight is made up of microorganisms in us.
Oh, okay.
More than there are 20,000 genes in. They've done the gene mapping.
Okay.
But if you see the microorganisms in a body, if you do the gene mapping, it's 2 lakhs.
Oh.
So it's so many genes are there. So when we tell it's us, we don't know whether we are referring to our names or is it the organisms. Because actually in number, if you take more than our cells, the microorganism count is more.
Oh.
So they have done biome, biome mapping. So that's one.
Biome.
Yeah, that's one interesting thing. And
Oh.
there are good organisms also on the skin,
Hmm.
on intestines, on oral mucosa, everywhere. If not for
Hmm.
them, the pathogenic organism will come and affect. So they say more than 1,000 good commensals are there. A lot of studies going on that. So not all organisms are bad.
Mhm.
Without them, we can't live. Simple thing like lactobacilli.
See, okay.
If not for that, you won't have fermentation, you won't have
Hmm.
curd. Same thing when curd is good for our health, we tell, no? So that will go and multiply and it will help in digestion and it will prevent other organisms coming and settling in the intestines. So to
So,
prevent diarrheal and other things also, they do that. And there's also something called fecal transplant. So
okay, sir.
each one's microbiome is different.
Hmm.
Microflora in each person is different. So sometimes persons who've got good health and good microbiota in their gut, they take
Hmm.
the stools from there and transplant it to another patient who requires it.
Oh,
So stool transplant,
interesting.
and it's
Oh,
also a therapy.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So for coming back to your question, ma'am, that brushing your teeth,
Hmm.
mild paste is better. Some
Hmm.
paste and all, a lot of chemicals and it will burn your thing. And you don't need to brush your teeth very hard for a long time.
Hmm.
Just 2 minutes with a soft brush, up and down movements.
Hmm.
What you got to do is in between your teeth, if anything is stuck, you just push it out.
Hmm.
And a little bit cleaning your tongue. So
Oh.
yeah, so from down, up, and that molar surfaces, you just rub a little. So even 2 minutes is more than enough.
Oh,
You don't need
but
to
we see
brush.
people doing like 5 to 10,
See,
at least
that
minimum
is
10
bad.
minutes.
No, that's very bad. What happens is that enamel will go off.
Hmm.
By the teeth, inside you have the root, pulp, and all that is there. On top, you have that enamel. So when you
Hmm.
brush, use a very hard brush, use it for a long time, and a strong paste and all, that will take off the enamel. Then you have tooth sensitivity.
Oh,
So too much of brushing also is not good. The best is, man, you rinse your mouth after each whatever you take.
okay.
Then that thing will get diluted. All sticky substances that will
Will
get
get
diluted.
diluted.
Yeah, that will go off. So even that diluting it, it's good enough.
Sir, will applying the coconut oil in your hands prevent from getting infection from outside places?
It's more like a
Up.
moisturizer, man.
Oh, it's
Coconut
more like
oil,
a
yeah,
moisturizer.
it's a good. See, sometimes in overzealous activity, what we do is keep on obsessive compulsive disorders. Like we keep on washing and remove all the normal flora also.
Hmm.
So that also is not good. So applying what the soap does is it will take off the moisture also. So
Hmm.
coconut oil is a good moisturizer
Hmm.
and quite economic also. We can apply it.
Oh, okay.
Medicinal properties, I'm not very sure. Like if it's
Maybe
really,
cosmetic
yeah,
properties it has got
yeah,
something on the
it's
skin.
very good. Yes, ma'am. Applying and massaging it, that skin
Hmm.
texture will be good. Your softness will be there. It's good. Okay.
Sir, one question again on corona. Day
Yeah.
by day, the symptoms are being changed for COVID.
Uh,
Does the strain gets virulent or different strains are emerging?
Still no concrete thing come out yet, ma'am.
Oh,
That the strain is more virulent. See, we shouldn't go by this WhatsApp
hmm.
messages. They just
Uh,
spread some rumor. Yeah, yeah. They just tell that more virulent strains have arrived and thing.
hmm.
But as far as the inputs I got in our hospital and thing, they say there's not much of change. Same organism, same thing only is there. It's all rumors that more virulent strains have come and some changes are there. And most of them, they are asymptomatic.
Hmm. Is the
Not
virus present in the drinking water, sir? Because in village say they drink the water, they take the water from the, I mean, maybe from the river or they keep it in the pot. So there is a
uh,
question on it.
the main property, man, virus, they need some animal cells to
Hmm.
multiply. So for sometimes they'll be there in the water, but not for long. And so, like with boiling and other things, if you use a chlorinated water, what the government provides, so that will kill most of the organism. You will not worry much unless it's contaminated. See, if you take Coimbatore and all, you get protected water supply. So they would have done all the chlorination and all that. So that will help in uh, the virus present thing, prevent all the thing. But if it's some remote area, you're using a well or a pond or something like that, surface water, then you have to be more careful. And most of the filters which are available now is good. They use multiple technologies to uh, right from filtration, ozonization, UV rays. They use different technologies to kill that microorganisms.
Okay.
So tap water we shouldn't drink. Like treated water, okay, protected water we can. And simple. If you don't have anything, not everybody needs aquaguard to take good water. Boiling, cooling it, and using it is good enough. Economical also.
Sir, is it mandatory to wear a mask even at home, or it is sufficient if you wear a mask only when we step out? Does wearing a mask reduce oxygen saturation?
A three-layered mask, man. That because the pores are very small in that, so there's not much of free flow of that air. So they sometimes have difficulty. Marginal, yeah. And we have suppose the mask is supposed to be holding tight. Many times you see the nose is exposed. They tie it down here, the nose is exposed. That's not the correct way. We have to cover the nose, mouth, and sides also should be tight enough. Shouldn't be too loose, and you're not supposed to touch the mask with your fingers.
I
When
know
you
one.
remove it also, you just take it from the back and just put it into a safe disposal.
Safe
Many,
disposal.
many times when they talk, they remove the mask, they pull it down. So all that is not a thing. The main thing is it should be tight enough. It should cover your nose and mouth.
No.
Side gap also shouldn't be there.
Is it necessary to sanitize the vegetables after peeling? Will infections prevail even after cooking?
There is chemicals. They get think very much. It will be there. Even if you wash it, you soak it, you peel it, still that chemical components are there. So the best way is go for organic. It's a behavior change. We have to promote organic, and we also have to support organic, and we have to refuse this chemical products because that's creating a havoc right from hormonal changes to cancers. All thing is caused by those chemicals just for gain to improve the yield and to prevent their produce from deteriorating. They add a lot of chemicals. So they have shown that studies have shown that chemicals don't deteriorate. Even if you wash or boil it, it's not going to change much. There is still a residue which can affect health. So the only way of avoiding this, you have to go for organic. But microorganisms, mostly when you wash for 5 minutes, it's reduced. The load is reduced. But if it's poked, some damage is there. It can go deep also. In those pockets, they say it's difficult to dislodge them. So as far as possible, ensure that source is good. See, when they in some vegetables by the sewage side, no, where they do the treatment, or some places where it's contaminated by sewage water, there they produce these greens, other vegetables. So that is really very dangerous. See, there's one form of infection called neurocysticercosis. That is worms which go to the brain.
Oh.
There they cause inflammation and can cause seizures also. We had one patient who came with headache. That girl was a vegetarian. Then later, when we did the test, we found out it was neurocysticercosis. Usually, it
Oh.
is people who take non-veg and other things, they get that thing, infection.
Mm-hmm.
But she contaminated some vegetable salad, raw salad they take. No? So if the source is not good, through that eggs enter the body. Then they go to the brain, and then there's an inflammation. So we have got cases like that. So proper washing will reduce the load, but we can't ensure unless we know the source from where it comes. So anybody, vegetable vendor is known to you and you know exactly where they think they're using good water, then fine. Otherwise, it's always advisable to boil it and then take.
Sir, what purpose, we say like you said, right, N95 mask. What is
Yeah.
the advantage of using N95 mask?
For whom?
Sir, N95 mask is
Yeah.
maybe like for the general public, whether they can use
Not
N95 mask.
necessary. We can
Not
use.
necessary.
Yeah. See, another one social aspect of it is
Mm,
if all start using N95 masks, the people
mm,
who are at high risk, like the doctors, see,
mm,
even in our hospital, we use surgical masks.
mm,
They say that is more than sufficient because not everybody we are dealing with COVID patients. So the load will
mm.
be less. But when you're
Yes.
going to a COVID infected ward, there
Mm.
they have to use N95 masks. So
N95 mask.
there the filtration will be better. The pores will be very small, so that even that small virus it can't enter.
So 75% of alcohol sanitation, right? In the
Yeah,
sanitizer, is there
yeah.
is any effects for food handlers? When you wash with the
It will dry.
sanitizer, then you
Yeah,
use.
it will dry immediately, ma'am. There won't be much residues on that to cause
These are the
any.
questions by
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah. So it's all practical thing is important. Yeah, yeah. That
Hmm.
doubts we have to clear. That doesn't cause much of any side effect or anything. It will evaporate. Alcohol, it will just evaporate immediately. So it doesn't cause much of any side effects to affect unless it's there that concentration. No? You're not pouring it, you're
Hmm.
just wiping your hands. And the few seconds you yourself see that will dry off. So
Okay, sir.
nothing much to worry about that.
Worry about that.
That will be okay. Yes. Now,
I
one point
think.
I'd like to tell,
Mm.
one point, ma'am. There's
Yes, sir.
something called menstrual hygiene also. They have linked
Mm-hmm.
human papillomavirus to cervical cancer. So
Mm.
when you talk about hygiene, a small measure, they say contaminated pads, they're not dried properly. People in the rural
Mm.
areas or out of that stigma, they use cloth and all. When it's not dried properly and they use it, chances of human papillomavirus and leading to cancer also is more. So a small thing on hygiene. I thought I should tell this.
Okay, sir. I think like all your dear participants, all your question has been answered by our doctor very nicely because he has got special interest over health promotion activities and being in the community side for a long time, more than 19 years. I think like he could able to give us a clear picture about what we try to ask in this platform. So
Yeah,
thank you
like
so much,
even
sir.
COVID thing, our
Uh,
COVID, our friends, what they shared, I'm sharing it with you. All
mhm.
these, the doubts I had, I've clarified with them, and they have given their feedback. So it's like we've got the specialists also giving in their inputs.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for your lovely input
So,
today. So it makes our day
so,
well.
so
Thank
I
you.
think
Thank
this
you.
is
Yeah.
mainly, I'd like to think, this is mainly to stimulate that interest and have a overall knowledge. If each of
Mhm.
us can do that, follow that personal hygiene and the sanitation measures and that composting and all that, then it will be a better world. So thanks everybody again for your patient listening and showing that enthusiasm. And you can call even later also and get any information you want. Thanks again.
Sir, we got
Glad,
we got
thanks.
like feedback also from the participants. So
Okay.
everybody said like the feedback is so good. They say very informative. So you are quite
Okay.
clear. So thanks to doctor. So they have answered their question. So something like this, like they were given a
Okay.
very good positive feedback that motivates us also, sir. while we do our webinars.
Okay, we'll
So
keep in
again,
touch,
thank you
ma'am.
for.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sir, please
Thank
hold on for a few minutes, sir. I just
Yes.
call Dr. Prema to thank the session, sir. End the session.
Okay. Yes.
Hello, Dr. Prema. Dr.
Yes,
Prema
ma'am.
there?
I'm
Yeah,
audible, ma'am?
can you? Yes, audible. Yes. Yes, please.
A warm good
Thank
evening
you.
to all.
Mm.
Good evening.
A warm good evening to all. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks. I express my profound gratitude to our principal, Dr. D. Brunda, for her constant support and encouragement. I extend my thanks to our beloved Secretary, Dr. T. Kannayan, and Vice Principal, Dr. A. Angurat sir, for their moral support and guidance. My hearty thanks to Dr. D. Shanti, Head Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics, and to Dr. R. Prabhakaran, Head PG and Research Department of Botany, PSG College of Arts and Science, for their initiation and constant effort taken to the session to a great success. I extend my thanks to Dr. K. Syed Ibrahim, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, for his technical arrangements and supports throughout this program. I would like to thank our distinguished chief guest, Dr. N. Ramakrishnan, Medical Officer, PSG Urban Health Center, Coimbatore, for his informative session on importance of sanitation and hygiene in the community. Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking, valuable session, which enriched our knowledge on sanitation and hygiene. And also, sir, you cleared our queries patiently. My wholehearted thanks to beloved professors from various universities, colleges, industry people, and dietitians from various hospitals in and around Tamil Nadu for their active participation. Finally, I took immense pleasure to thank the dynamic student participants and vibrant research scholars who have turned up in such great numbers from various institutions around Tamil Nadu. Thank you so much for your active participation and cooperation. Once again, I thank you all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh. Madam, you can log out, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you personally, ma'am, for
Okay.
giving the opportunity. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Welcome, sir.
Good weekend. Happy weekend to all.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Same to you. Dear participants, so you'll be getting your certificates in a day or two. So now we are trying to take all your feedback form from day 1 to day 3, 1, 2, and 3. So then we will validate everything, then we will be sending a certificate. Thank you once again for participating in our webinar. Without you guys, we couldn't do it well. So thanks once again. Thank you, professors, dietitians, and other industry people and students.
Thank you.
If you all got anything, then you can post it in the chat box. I can able to answer you guys regarding anything, certificate or feedback or anything.
Thank you,
Oh,
Shanti.
welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Even single details, sir. You haven't left even any details, single details. Simple details are exposed. Very thankful, sir. Very informative. Thank you, Shanti and Dr. Prabhakaran and team for having arranged a successful webinar like this. Right. Thank you so
Sure,
much
ma'am.
for
Okay,
this.
ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, Sri Vatsava, ma'am, you will be sending the feedback to you, ma'am. No worries. Saranya, sir, you are from which college, sir? You can unmute, sir. Yeah. You can unmute your mic, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Sir, you're from which college, sir? Which institution? Sir, unmute the mic, sir. Bhanudar, sir, you'll be getting the certificate. No problem. Everybody will be getting the certificate. Only thing is we need to now sit and sort it out all your feedback forms. Then we'll be sending out the certificates. Maybe you can give us like 1 or 2 days. Definitely, yes.
Good evening, Dr. Shanti.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
My name is Satya. I am
Yeah.
a guest faculty of Dr. MGR University, Chennai.
Okay, sir.
It's 3 days is really fantastic and a lot of information given by the various doctors and panelists. It's really interesting and informative.
Thank you so much, sir.
In future, you also please, I given my email ID. If anything like that, you can please forward to us. We are ready to join with my team. It's a very informative issue, sir.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, definitely, yes.
Thank you.
Definitely,
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Ma'am, Upma, because you need to unmute your mic, then we can talk. Unmute the mic, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello,
Finally,
Shanti.
unmute your mic. Thank
I
you so
really,
much, ma'am.
I like really so much you,
Thank you
Shanti.
so much, ma'am.
Your presentation
Yeah.
also very nice.
Okay. Ma'am, you're from which place, ma'am?
CSJM University from Kanpur, UP.
Oh, Kanpur, UP. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thanks.
I like
Yeah.
all session, really very informative. Very informative.
Oh, it is really motivating, ma'am. It is really
Mm,
motivating.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Maybe like if
your
you all
presentation,
want, then I can able to share the slides.
your presentation is super.
Oh, thank you so
Okay.
much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Well, bye-bye, ma'am.
Yesterday,
Have a nice
yesterday-
weekend.
Really, same to you. My feedback form yesterday I have not received. Sorry.
Anyway, I'll be sending to you, ma'am. No worries. No worries. I'll be sending to you.
Okay,
We got
okay,
your number. We got your email ID. I'll be sending to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
No
Okay,
problem. We'll
okay.
keep in touch, ma'am. Keep in touch.
Okay, yeah, why
We'll
not?
see you
Okay.
again, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Satyanaran, sir. Satyanaran, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. From which place, sir?
Actually, I'm from Chennai, madam.
You're from Chennai. You're working for?
I'm working for guest faculty in Dr. MGR University, Chennai.
Okay. That's nice.
And then I'm working as
Oh, just
food safety
just
and
no.
hygiene and food consultant in JLL.
Oh, okay, sir.
So I'm a guest lecturer. So that I'm very much interested in this type of conferences as well as so many issues, so many informations were given from the PSG. Earlier session also I attended
thank you.
from the side. Really very much interested, madam. And then second thing is these type of things in virtual people are really you are not supposed to go out this type of lockdown period. You are giving me the exposure that more exposure to all young people and students like everyone professionals.
Yeah.
It is really encouraging.
Actually, yeah, sir.
Tell me, madam.
Satya, 2 days, 3 days back, we attended another program. That's on
Okay.
food safety, sir.
Food
Our
safety.
regional director from food safety.
Very good.
So from food safety framework from consumer perspective. So Dr. Muthumaran from Southern Region FSSAA has delivered a lecture. It was
Okay.
really a wonderful session too, sir. Because you said you are from food safety.
Yes, yes. Recently, Dr. Muthukumaran was conducted the same topic in Chennai also. We are all
Okay.
attending, and then I think
Oh.
he's doing a all awareness to all regions and all things of the colleges.
True, sir.
And then he is very known out to me that he is in Chennai FSSA office.
Oh.
And then I'm the fast track trainer for COVID-19, BOG, advanced testing and all the things. So I'm one of the trainer also from FSSA Government of India.
Oh, okay, sir. Maybe like you can be a member of NetProfan, is it?
Yeah, NetProfan. Yes, exactly, madam.
NetProfan. Because we have got even the NetProfan we got in Coimbatore, so we are the active members of NetProfan.
Oh,
Anyway, we have
thank
been
you.
listening with the Dr. Muthumaran sir quite often.
Okay.
We'll
Okay,
see.
I'm with
We see how we can collaborate, sir.
Exactly, madam. Exactly. We'll do that. Definitely.
Definitely, we'll do it, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
madam.
much for your encouragement, sir. And it is really motivating for us, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. I think people are leaving now. So we'll be sending the certificates. Dr. Renuka Devi is here. Tanu, can we all leave, sir? Dr. Prabhakaran, sir? Prabhakaran, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can leave, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
shall we all leave now?
Yes,
Shall
Yes,
we
ma'am.
take a leave now?
Yeah, final.
Okay. Thank you so much, those who are here. If you all got any other doubts, you can write to us or you can WhatsApp us. Then we can able to answer you guys. Thank you so much. We are
Thank you
closing
all.
now.